What's going on, guys? Kevin Cage here with another crypto update. Let's dive into some rapid fire news. For the first 2 minutes, we're going to break down what's going on with the Ripple vs. SEC. And I'm coming back from basically 2 days without power out here in PR, so same stuff per usual. Even getting more gas for the generator, I have to wait almost an hour in line at the gas station. So coming back to July of 2023, we know that Judge Torres ruled that XRP is not a security when sold on exchanges, so that's a major legal win. So feel free to read this article. This is a Reuters article from 2023. Now, when we come later in the year, in October of 2023, the SEC dropped charges against Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson. Then on March 19th, not even a month ago, we had Brad Garlinghouse saying the SEC is dropping the case against Ripple. So as we scroll down, he announced that the SEC is set to drop its appeal against the company Ripple. And now on March 25th, just a month ago, we had Ripple Labs says it settles with the United States SEC will pay reduced $50 million fine. So we have Ripple Labs agreed to settle with the SEC over the alleged sale of unregistered securities and pay just $50 million compared to the imposed $125 million fine. And we have Stuart, the chief legal officer over at Ripple, said a settlement requires approval by the SEC and the judge, and Ripple said there is no admission of wrongdoing. And now this week we have this news. So despite the prior resolution, a new 60-day pause has been granted in the case after a joint request from both parties due to ongoing settlement negotiations. So this is all about facilitating settlement negotiations. This doesn't have anything to do with XRP's legal status or clarity today in the US. So we can see the SEC is expected to file a status report by June 15th, so we have a 60-day pause. So basically in plain terms, and remember I'm not an attorney, go watch actual attorneys going over this, I think they're just trying to finalize the dollar amount that Ripple's going to pay for the past institutional sales made without proper disclosure. So we're going to find out. This case is absolutely crazy and I can't wait for it to be over. I just don't want to see some big full-blown trial. Alright, next up, this just came out today. So we have XRP to debut an Asian XRP tracker fund with Ripple as an anchor investor. So the fund aims to simplify institutional access to XRP for cross-border payments, crypto investing in Asia. So this is the first XRP tracker fund available in Asia offering exposure to XRP without direct management while providing monthly liquidity. So we know that Ripple is an anchor investor or backer in this fund, and they plan to collaborate with Hashkey on future financial products. And one of those could be tokenizing a money market fund on the XRPL. Alright, so let's break this down in simple terms. What exactly is this Hashkey XRP tracker fund? So this was shared by Crypto Addy. We have a URL to CoinPost, and you can translate it into English. And basically, this is a managed investment fund that tracks the price of XRP. So this is for professional investors, big players like banks, hedge funds, wealth managers who want exposure to XRP without holding it directly. So basically how it works is an investor can buy into the fund with cash or in kind, and then the fund manages the XRP positions for them. So Ripple is seeding the fund with their own capital as an initial investment, and the idea is that this brings in new money. Large investors who were hesitant to buy XRP directly, now they can just invest through a trusted fund with a lot more money. So really the whole goal of this is to bring more capital flows into XRP, boost the liquidity, and since it's really regulated in Asia, that's very important, being the first XRP-focused, XRP tracker fund in Asia. This helps tap into these big institutional markets in Hong Kong, Japan, Singapore, and a lot of these jurisdictions demand regulated financial instruments. So obviously expanding XRP adoption in Asia, hopefully bringing a lot more capital inflow, and hopefully driving on-chain utility. Especially considering other statements right here from the Hashkey Capital partner tokenizing a money market fund on the XRP ledger. And Hashkey's already a well-known name. We can see they operate multiple digital asset products, including an active investment fund. We have Bitcoin, Ether Spot ETF listed on the Hong Kong Stock Exchange, etc. So hopefully this leads to bigger and better things for XRP, increasing the trust especially. Alright, next up, I saw this, and this is solving a very big problem in the crypto space. So we have Circle Research has launched Refund protocol, enabling on-chain USDC refunds and dispute resolution with non-custodial arbitration and escrow. So traditionally in crypto payments are irreversible, so if you get scammed or you make a mistake, you're out of luck. And Refund protocol brings refunds and dispute resolution on-chain, so that's something that has never been solved at scale. So USDC is programmable with escrow and arbitration features. I know some people don't like those features of stablecoins, but this problem has to get solved. And it makes me wonder if we're going to see other stablecoins implement similar types of protocols for refunds. So basically you can send in payments with a built-in refund eligibility, making it behave more like a credit card. So this protocol doesn't require a centralized custodian to hold the funds, so these are trustless transactions. So the implications of this is a really big deal because think about cryptocurrency meeting e-commerce and really helping adoption. So we have merchants and platforms you can offer crypto refunds just like fiat businesses do. And that alone will remove a big barrier for entry to real-world payments and e-commerce using crypto. And thinking about could the Ripple US dollar offer on-chain refunds like USDC is possible, especially with like smart contracts, hooks, and AMM features. So this is a big development, especially for e-commerce merchants, digital marketplaces, and being a regulated stablecoin, users, at least some, will want reversible payment options. Having the option to behave more like a credit card. And I saw this news yesterday. We have Ripple-owned Hidden Road secures FINRA broker-dealer license expanding its fixed income capabilities after the $1.25 billion acquisition. So it sounds like Hidden Road is expanding into fixed income products like bonds and treasuries, and thinking about what this means for the XRPL. Even if it's the Ripple US dollar still operating on the XRPL. And we know that Ripple the company basically owns end-to-end infrastructure for the Ripple US dollar on top of the XRPL. And Hidden Road, the broker-dealer that Ripple owns, basically is like a closed-loop ecosystem for issuing, trading, and settling tokenized assets. And most importantly, this is fully compliant with United States financial laws. So based on this and all the other previous articles, it looks like Hidden Road is going to be this institutional gateway to the XRPL. So there's a bunch going on, especially knowing now that Ripple the company owns a regulated US broker-dealer, so we could look forward to tokenized US treasuries, more RWAs, institutional-grade crypto products, and hopefully seeing settlements with the Ripple US dollar and XRP. And according to this blog that came out on Hidden Road this month, we can see the Ripple US dollar cross-margining between digital assets and traditional markets. And Hidden Road to migrate post-trade activity across the XRP ledger. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and a huge thank you to all that hit the like button, and just those that are watching. I've been having a very difficult time since my seizure, especially even being consistent on YouTube, so thank you guys so much. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to smash the like button and let me know your thoughts down below. You can find all links to my crypto resources, including tools for charting, trading bots, wallets, portfolio trackers, and exclusive discounts right in my link tree in the video description. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.